Hey up everyone and welcome to Political Nerds. I'm Steph the Alter Nerd, your nerdy political guide from Washington DC to Westminster and beyond. Now of course, before I jump into this, the usual disclaimers. Do your own research, come to your own conclusion, and I'm not inciting hatred to anyone or particular group, religion, etc. So, in part 3 of our interview series, I'm thrilled to be yet again chatting with Ridvan Adamir, better known as the Apostate Prophet across X and also YouTube, and trust me, by the time we're done with this series, you're definitely going to be eager to hit that follow and subscribe buttons. So I've got all his links ready in the description bar below. His ex-bio confirms that he's an ex-Muslim, Christian, fact checker, and satiritist. So thank you so much, Ridvan, for joining me for the 3rd episode. Today, we're going to be discussing your thoughts on the Muslim Council of Britain. Now, this is the thing. The Muslim Council of Britain ultimately, first and foremost, says that their purpose is being a national umbrella organisation, saying that their efforts are broadly divided into 3 overlapping directions. They locally support their affiliates to reach their goals. Nationally, they offer representative voice in external circles. And globally, they campaign for wider communities, including bringing focus to human rights issues. So on the face of it, seems innocent enough. But when you dig deeper into it, not so much. There does seem to be a sinister kind of undertone to it all. So when you researched into the Muslim Council of Britain and found out what you found out, what do you think the real purpose is for that organisation?
Well, thank you, Steph, once again for having me, and it's a pleasure talking to you. And yeah, wow, there are so many organizations that in the world that try to be a force for Islam, and here we once again have such an organization. Of course, for the average person who doesn't know much about the topic and who doesn't know much about Muslims or Islam, it could be considered simply, an organization that is one to come together and to, advocate for the rights of Muslims or to unite Muslims and all that. But the funny thing is, it all comes out as soon as you start looking into the history of this organization. It is a very typical organization that is Islamist fundamentally, just like Keir, which we have in America, or other organizations elsewhere. It is an organization that has past ties to the Muslim Brotherhood. It is an organization whose leaders, whose first general secretary actually affirmed or confirmed or agreed with the fatwa against Salman Rushdie, um, who sided with terrorists and with Islamists on multiple occasions. It is an organization that is here once again to further the goals of Islam and Islamism. It is an organization that is all about Islam. It's an organization whose members and whose organizers in the beginning are from backgrounds that are Islamist in Muslim countries. And here's the thing. There are certain Muslim countries or Muslim-dominated countries or, countries of Muslim past in the Middle East, especially among the Arab nations, such as the United Arab Emirates, that have a very strict and very firm opposition to the Muslim Brotherhood and to organizations like this. They would, for example, not allow an organization like this to be in their country. They would shut it down. They would surveil it. They would crack down on it. They would kick them out. And they have repeatedly issued warnings to the West to also do the same, not to tolerate organizations like these, because they know what these organizations are. They know that these organizations are subversive organizations that work with Islamists and that have nothing in mind except the furthering of Islamic goals. The history of this organization is tied to furthering Islam, to rejecting reconciliation with Western values, with rejecting, for example, Holocaust memorials and things like that. It is one of those organizations that you have to be careful about and that you shouldn't in any way listen to and that you should have a closer look at and possibly crack down on when they say and do things that are not acceptable. Here is the thing. There's just something that Western people do not really understand and don't really do. You have free countries in the West, including Britain. You have a country that is built on beautiful values, where you have freedoms, where you have harmony with each other, and you think you can invite people from different cultures and you can share this with them, and everything will be totally fine. The issue is you have these beautiful values because you have each other, and you have beautiful values that you share. You are inviting people who don't share your values. You're inviting masses of people who want to undermine your values because they don't like your values, because they are opposed to your values. This organization and many others, many mosques in the UK are like that. Many Islamists and Muslim apologists and speakers and proselytizers and scholars in the UK are like that. They don't like your values. As much as you think, oh, our values are good, they are for everyone. They are, we only have everyone's best interest and freedom in their mind. Well, they don't want that. They don't want freedom for everyone. They don't want comfort for everyone. They don't want liberty for everyone. They don't want, equality for everyone. They don't like that kind of stuff. They have their own ideology, and their own ideology is fundamentally against equality, against freedom, against mutual understanding and love and all that. So they will be here to try and oppose and undermine your values as much as they can. And I'm sorry to say, but if you spot this, if you see this over and over again, your government should be taking care of the situation and kicking these organizations and these people out who do not agree with your values. And in this case, I would propose something along those lines.
So, with this Muslim Council of Britain, are you shocked that a report exposed their attempts to try and censor the media over here in the UK? You had, this article here from GB News saying that despite the Muslim Council of Britain claiming that 60% of stories about Muslims were offending and negative, the Policy Exchange found that just one complaint made by the group actually resulted in a newspaper being required to make a correction. I mean, they put in things like a complaint saying that it was misleading to refer to British ISIS executioner Mohammed Emwazi, also known as Jihadi John, as a terrorist because he was never convicted. I mean, that's just absolutely mind-blowing for them to try and argue that. So are you shocked by this report that's exposed the attempts by the Muslim Council of Britain to censor media here in the UK?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, this is what you expect, as said. This is what you expect, and just the fact that this organization exists, that organizations like these exist, are a or this is a result of naivety, of weakness, of ignorance, and maybe of very ill-placed goodwill among British and Western people in general. They like to take advantage of this. They like to take advantage of your lack of firmness and your tolerance and your love and your understanding and all that. But I tell you, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. They don't believe in it. They will not reciprocate. They will only respond with taking advantage of your kindness, taking advantage of your lack of firmness. They are firm. They are tough. But the problem about that is that you are not tough. While they are tough and you are not tough, you have a big, big problem because they have a bad agenda. They don't have an agenda of freedom and love and whatever it is that you cherish. They have a bad agenda. So of course, the British government, which is a very weak government at this point, unfortunately, allows stuff like this to happen. Allows masses of people to come in to make themselves comfortable, to create organizations like this. And of course, British British government and British authorities will be also weak in handling a situation like this. I'm not shocked at all. I just hope that that in some near future the British people wake up and put an end to this.
Well, guys, on that bombshell, if you appreciated what Widvan said, and of course you did, then make sure you're following him on X at Apostate Prophet and subscribe to his YouTube channel as well at Apostate Prophet. And if you appreciated this interview and you want more, and there are going to be more, then make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe here on YouTube. If you're watching on X, make sure you're following me at Steph Alter Nerd. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters.